Okay, welcome back. Got another unboxing for you. This is the way to do it. Signed for in a box, cardboard box with bubble wrap and newspaper. Oh yes, ticked all the boxes. So, what have we got here? As you can see through the beautiful bubble wrap, we've got Trapdoor and Van Damme. So let's get this. Unboxed. As you can see, the first one is a classic, War of the Worlds on the stripy CIC video. This was originally broadcast on the radio and caused massive panic. People thought the aliens were originally attacking back in the 50s, I believe. This one is one of my favourite films, Marked for Death. I'll get into that in a second. As you saw, Van Damme. I haven't seen this film, I don't think, or if I have, it's many, many years ago, with Lance Henriksen. It's kind of like other films in the past, like Turkey Shoe and that film that I showed with Peter Fonda. You know, basically hunting for sport, hunting people for sport. A few different films on Netflix have copied that recently. Probably one called The Hunt or something like that. I've watched a few of them, they're all pretty interchangeable. And Trapdoor, voices by Willie Rushton. But had to get that. Thought I'd show that to the kids, even though I do have some on DVD somewhere. But the DVD's a bit temperamental, so I thought get some on VHS. It's the old stop motion animation claymation with plasticine balls and creepy crawly adventures. This poor character here, Bert, lives in a castle and he's the servant of an ogre who just wants feeding all the time. Bert, where's my supper? So Bert makes up all these mad concoctions, and a lot of the time, as the name of the series is called, the Trapdoor, if he leaves the trapdoor open or the trapdoor gets opened, all these little weird worms and creatures, and it's pretty interesting. Bert is the thing's overworked servant, and there's always plenty for him to do. Cooking worm and slug pies and preparing potions to unblocking drains, putting up shelves, or even fishing for breakfast in the swamp. So yeah, so Willie Rushton, one of UK's old comedians, used to do a thing. Oh, what was it called now? Can't remember. I'm getting a bit confused with Michael Benting and Potty Time and all that. If you're not from the UK, you won't understand any of those references, or if you're of a certain age, you won't understand them. But I know Gareth will, if he's watching. And he was talking about doing a watch party with this a while back. And that's been and gone. But ever since, I was like, I need to see that film. I need to see it. So thanks, Gareth. Gareth or Gareth? I can't bloody remember now. Sorry, my memory's bad. But I know I done a watch party with Garrett. Now that's what Ricky calls him, Pricky. Gareth. Done a watch party with him, and this was the subject of the watch party, which is one of my most beloved Seagal films. It's so cheesy and so over the top, with all the samples that was used in drum and bass, jungle recordings, yeah bad boy, and me gonna carve you up, me carve you, man, me carve you, Johnny. All the samples are in there, and this is a promotional copy only. You get me by. So it wasn't too expensive. But there you go. It's an original box, Fox Video. And we got preview cassette, property of Fox Video. Please return after use. Obviously they didn't. It seems just like a really basic tape. It's probably not a great recording. And it's got a bit of dust on it. And that's got a bit of spit on it. But there you go. Nice thing. I know this film was heavily edited and cut. Certain scenes were a little bit too brutal for the censors. You know, back in the day, it's one of those films that is kind of politically incorrect now, and even me doing the voices probably offends somebody, but you know, deal with it. This is what I grew up watching, and I won't apologise for it, for doing the voices, because they were very caricature. And when they went to Africa or Jamaica, far west Jamaica, you know, it was all in that. You know, it's exploitation basically of the stereotype of the dread and the drugs, which, you know, goes hand in hand really. You know, you can't say that people of a certain ethnicity don't like the old doobie and might sell it and might, you know, shoot up the grass clad area. But yeah, it was a bit sort of stereotypes. You know, you got the other gangs, Tito Barker, Forward, and all that business, and shooting up the place like World War III. And Seagal, the cop that knows kendo, comes in and just destroys them all. And it's a great film. You've got to, if you haven't seen it, you've got to see it. If you have seen it, what's your favourite scene? I like the Series 7 BMW there crashing through the window, and the scene where he's taking out the tool breader. One white boy against tool breader. Watch me bust his batty all. I love it. Oh dear. Different times, but you know, we can. This is a safe space here. We can all have our little reminiscence. And again, Van Damme, good film, good mullet. You can't go wrong with a bit of Van Damme and a bit of Seagal. And I say with War of the Worlds, classic film. The sound effects alone, just that wong, 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 wong. Ah, it won't be beaten. Tom Cruise, his version of War of the Worlds wasn't bad. It wasn't bad, but it's not a patch on the original. I mean, maybe younger audiences today will be like, that film's dry, guy. The special effects, and then the alien with the fingers. It wasn't the best, but back in the day, it was bloody scary to me. As like, I don't know, I want to say I was probably, young, 10, 11, 12 maybe, first see it in it, and it had a big impact on me. I say all these films did, and obviously Trapdoor, grew up watching it. It's kind of drug influenced, and with an innocent mind, it's just crazy. Things like Magic Roundabout, that sort of stuff. It was all Jamie and the Magic Torch. It's all basically banana splits. You can't get away from the fact that some of these things were made by people that were having a little spliff, having a little partaking of said substances, and it's evident with things like this. So if you like something that's a little bit surreal, a little bit weird, definitely check out The Trapdoor. Like a bit of vintage sci-fi, definitely check out this if you've not. If you like a bit of exploitation and unbelievable story and action and just good times, definitely check that one out. And I'll be checking this one out probably tonight. So thanks for your time and hope you enjoyed looking at these videos. Take it easy.